Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have, let's just call it what it is, an impulse purchase review for you guys. So I was walking through the department store the other day, which I really don't have any business being in there. The last thing I need to do is spend more money, but here we are. So I came across this little collaboration collection by Witch's Pouch and Disney. I had no idea that this was out. I didn't even know that Witch's Pouch did designer character collaborations like that. And the crazy thing is I didn't even realize it was Disney at first. So I got the 2 blushes and 1 mascara from this collection. They have eyeshadow as well. I don't know about lipsticks, but they do have an eyeshadow palette. It wasn't available in the store that I was perusing. To be honest, I'm quite thankful for that because I don't need another eyeshadow palette, but I probably would have picked it up if the opportunity presented itself. But anyway, I'm glad to have picked up the blushers, which is mainly what I was interested in. The mascara was kind of just like an afterthought. But yeah, these in particular. So this is called the Love Chocolate blusher. This one is in almond chocolate, and then this one is in cassis macaron. And you can see it has the cute little Mickey Mouse, and I think that's Daisy, right? Daisy Duck designs on the cover. So that's what the shades look like. Very muted and sophisticated. This one looks like it could double as a contour powder almost. Yeah, so the shades and the finish of the blush, which you will see in a second, are what really caught my eye in the store. Now obviously the finish of the formula could turn out to look completely different on my face ultimately than it did on, my hand swatches, but I just want to say that for a blush formula to intrigue me enough to kind of stop me in my tracks, basically compel me to purchase not 1 but 2 different shades, is saying a lot. I feel like blush is usually like just the hardest makeup product to make an impression with. Like most blush formulas that I come across, it's pretty much just the same thing over and over again, whether it's high-end or drugstore. Even though I do love my high-end blushes a lot, I use my Beige Library blush duos almost every day, but it's not an area that there's a lot of innovation going on. And even when brands do try to do something different with blush, it usually flops. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I literally could not tell that this was even a Disney collaboration when I first came across this compact. Like, I'm not joking you, I stood in the store and I stared at these cases for like 5 minutes trying to figure out what about it was Disney, because it says Disney on the back here, right? It has the Disney trademark. So I was standing there for a whole moment, like super confused. It wasn't registering in my mind that the pattern was actually Mickey and Daisy. Typical silly me. Alright, so I am going to just apply 1 shade to each cheek. So they come with their own little portable brushes, but I'm just going to use my own blush brush. This is freshly cleaned, by the way, so we're not going to have any contamination. Ooh, yes, I really like that already. Okay, so that was the cassis macaron. Now let's go in with the almond chocolate. I think this one might go better with my eye and lip makeup today because it's more of a beige tone. Wow, okay. As I predicted, I'm really liking what I see. It's giving me like really natural, healthy looking flushed cheeks. It doesn't make me look like a clown, right? Thank goodness. I feel like that's the most important thing with me when it comes to picking out a blush. Yeah, I just really love how it looks like blood flowing to my face. Like it just gives me that natural flushed look. So yeah, I feel like my explanation is really not doing this formula justice. It really just gives you like a super smooth, natural, healthy sheen. The powder is so finely milled too. I feel like that has a lot to do with it. Like this might be the most finely milled powder blush that I own actually. Yeah, even more so than my RMK department store stuff. So there's both of them on the back of my hand. Do you see how smooth it looks? It's like maybe 60 or 70% color saturation, but completely even wash throughout. And I think that's another point that sets it apart from other blushes that I've tried. Because a lot of blush formulas, I feel like they are either too sheer or they're too pigmented to the point where it's almost like difficult for you to blend it out, or you have to be careful and use a really light hand. And I don't have that worry when working with this blush. Yeah, wow, what else can I say? I mean, 10 out of 10 straight off the bat. I know this is the first impressions, but 10 out of 10. So in terms of like everyday color, I would definitely go with the peachier almond chocolate. And then this side is more of a dramatic, sultry berry look.
The category is berry. Look at the way it's sitting. Yeah.
But yeah, I can see myself wearing the almond chocolate pretty much every day. Oh, and this is on bare skin, by the way, because you know I'm on my no foundation kick lately. So nowadays I only put a little bit of concealer or foundation, whatever happens to be in reach, around my eye area, and then that will be kind of like my substitute for eye primer. The rest of the face, it doesn't matter because it's going under a mask. Well, and then I do have sunscreen on, but that doesn't add anything in terms of the tone of color on my face. So this is how the blush shows up on my bare skin. Before we move on to mascara, I just want to mention one thing that's been puzzling me. Why are these called blushers and not blushes or cheek compacts, which is what they would call it in Japan? Is blusher like the British term for blush or something? Because I feel like Kylie Cosmetics, didn't she also call her blush products blushers at one point? Yeah, if anyone can just explain the difference to me, if there is any, I would really appreciate that because it's been bothering me. Okay, so I picked up the Witch's Pouch Love Chocolate mascara in the shade Cranberry Cream. This one also has the Daisy Duck design, and this is the lighter of the two that were available. So I went with the lightest option. I just feel like with darker colored mascaras, whether it be, you know, dark red, dark brown, navy blue, and whatnot, it doesn't show up anyway, at least not on my eyes. So it's like they might as well be black. So that's why I chose this shade, Cranberry Cream. And I have false eyelashes on, obviously. So this might not even show up on my top lashes, but we'll see. So I'm coating my falsies as well, but I don't want to do too much, or else that could make them really heavy and weigh them down. Okay, so I like this wand so far. It's pretty easy to work with, and the mascara formula is kind of on the watery side. That's not a good or bad thing, it's just an observation. It's a good thing, I guess, because I feel like as it dries up over time, it will take longer for it to dry up that way, right? So that did absolutely nothing for my lashes by way of lengthening or curling. I feel like it really did not achieve that effect. I mean, I put on like 3 layers, so it kind of finally started to make them look longer or whatnot. But yeah, it definitely took a lot of effort to get there, and I also smudged it over here, so that's great. And I think it's funny, you can totally tell how my fake lashes are separated from my top lashes. I was too lazy to curl my real eyelashes before putting the falsies on. So now you can tell clearly that I have 2 pairs of eyelashes on top. The first one is this chocolatey brown color, and the second one is just the black falsies. I mean, it's definitely a look, right? I might have to eat my words about what I said just now about the watery formula being a good thing. I mean, I do think it still holds true. Like, obviously it's going to take a longer time to dry out and get crusty and all of that, which is good, but it was also like pretty difficult for me to control the formula. It might be the brush as well. I feel like, you know, it's a decent standard thinnish brush, but they could have done better. Kind of difficult to work with overall. I was very scared of smudging it, you know, on my eyelid by accident, so it took me a while to coat every single lash, which I still don't know if you can see because my lashes are pretty hopeless even with most mascaras. But let me see, is this a tubing mascara or is this like, I'm not sure if it's a tubing mascara though. It doesn't feel like it to me. Definitely not the best option for me. It's whatever, I can't really say anything good or bad about it. The packaging is cute though. Look, there's Daisy Duck. Yeah, this is definitely not the best mascara for me just because of my eye shape and the semi-hoodedness of my eyelids, as well as my super short lashes to begin with. I didn't expect much of it from the first place because of those reasons, but I am kind of bummed. I do think it could stand to be a little less clumpy, but what are you gonna do? Maybe if you're someone who has more open eyes or longer natural lashes, this might work for you. Let me just show you what the shade looks like on the back of my hand though. So that's the shade of brown that we were hoping for. I mean, it definitely shows up, but it's just not like, not a pretty finish in my opinion, and just not flattering on my tiny lashes. That's okay though, the cute packaging seriously makes up for it all. in this scenario. Okay, so that was my little witch's pouch / Disney collaboration first impressions review. I am overall really happy with my purchase just because the blushers worked out so well for me. I can see myself really overusing these in the days to come. Oh yeah, and for those who are curious, these are scentless, thank God. So that's another bonus point for me because I was like praying when I saw the name Love Chocolate Blush. I was praying for it not to be scented because I hate chocolate scent in my cosmetics. I wish they would stop doing that. I feel like that face is kind of over for the most part though, so that's a good thing. I really don't like chocolate scent in my cosmetics. Love eating chocolate, okay? Chocolate cakes, chocolate milkshakes. I'm here for all that.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the
You know, and I don't understand. To this day, I don't understand why that was a thing. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this collection. Have you picked up any items? Are you going to pick it up? Even though it's limited edition, I'm sure you can find it through various avenues like Yes Style or even Amazon if need be. So let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day and I will see you next time. Just kidding, one last note. Have I been sleeping on Witch's Pouch this whole time? I feel like I've been sleeping on them as a brand. Like, I always knew in the back of my head that they had some pretty decent items and formulations. At one point, I even tried to collect all of their selfie pigment shadow singles. Eventually, I gave that up and I think I sold them all because it was just too much investment for a drugstore brand. You know, I can't be out here collecting single eyeshadows when there's like Shu Uemura gourmet dessert palettes and berry themed palettes by the dozen out here. Like, I can't keep up, okay? But no, that's pretty much the reason why I've never really prioritized Witch's Pouch as a brand, actually, because they just haven't come out with anything new or exciting in a while. They seem to, for the most part, just stick to their regular lineup of goods, which is honestly, like, if you think about it, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's how it was for a long time before the makeup industry just completely exploded and turned into a 12-headed monster with its own like consciousness and everything, with the rise of social media, beauty, influencer culture and whatnot. In that sense, it's kind of a shame because quality-wise, like, they didn't deserve to be slept on or overlooked like that, but you know, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? I feel like I have no choice but to prioritize other more exciting, more talked about releases, especially if I want to get more views on my reviews. All right, I'm out for real this time. Bye!